Hello, everyone. This is Duran's Healing, and welcome to tonight's Healing Circle. For those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel, where I provide weekly energetic updates for the collective. And if at any point this message resonates with you, please be sure to like, subscribe, or comment below to let me know how this message is showing up in your world. And with that being said, let's get right into the messages. And the message that's speaking the loudest is speaking towards your sense of belonging. The level of access that you have to make people feel at home, to make them feel as if they have a place. But the unique part of this is that what I can see here is that you might be struggling with the same thing yourself. Grounding yourself and finding a sense of home with who you are and where you are. Going through the process tends to have you on a higher path than the paradigm in which you live in is on, causing you to be in other worlds more often than not. But as you regroup or come back to yourself, come back with all the information and downloads that you have, going out into the world may feel different. May make you feel as if you do not belong here. And this is causing radical changes to happen within you. One on a mental level, on a spiritual level, and one on a very mundane level as well. All around you, this change is impacting you. And I would like to pull some clarifiers to get into what this change, this radical change is really talking about, because it can be viewed on so many different levels, and I'm getting downloads on many ways that this radical change is happening for you. But I would like to pull some cards to get more clarity on what this radical change is about. Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, the cards that came out were Standing in Power, Gatekeeper, and Into the Soul. What I'm gathering is that the experiences that you have gone through has took you to a place, or has taken you to a place that you did not expect. You got to see, or you had the ability to see deep within your soul. You saw yourself on a very powerful and deep level. You saw what you were capable of because of what you have accomplished. And this has distorted or somehow warped your perception into what it means of being conscious, of being aware of what this planet has to offer. And the beauty in this is that you cannot deny or denounce your power because of it. Now you're standing with a wealth of knowledge, and also reaffirming your ability to complete certain tasks that now fortifies you in a way to be a powerful being. Somehow how activating you as a gatekeeper of a profound level of information that this earth and this planet has. Now you're trying to gather yourself to the point that you can properly plant your feet in the soil of this land so that you can feel at least some degree of comfort, some degree of homecoming for yourself after all that you have undergone. But a part of this is acknowledging your new position of power, your new position in this world, redefining what it means for you to belong here. You cannot just chalk this up as you being so highly spiritual or so highly intuitive that you don't belong here, that you are part of another world. That may indeed be true to some level. But the truth of the matter is that you were born here. And that also carries meaning, which suggests that you have purpose. The higher consciousness didn't organize this in this way for no reason. You can acknowledge your spiritual side of yourself or your spiritual level while also honoring the fact that you are meant to be here. Dispensing information, dispensing some degree of belonging, and that this is exactly why you can relate to others in this way. This is why you're able to help others feel at home or give them a sense of belonging. Because now you're coming into terms with the fact that you yourself belong as well. This is your power. Because you don't have to learn the spiritual process anymore. Now it has more to do with you finding a sense of comfort in the world that made you feel as if you weren't a part of it before. Now you're no longer subscribing to low-level thinkings, low-level relationships or dynamic where you were at a vibration that caused you to chase or to be in a situation where you longed for or were in a state of desperation for certain things that made you feel as if you were a part of something. You have a completely different story to tell now. And you no longer desire or have the need to fit into those consciousness, into those paradigms anymore. And whatever consequence that will come from you standing fully as yourself, so be it. This is the ugly side of the process. Now that you have elevated your self-esteem, you can be all that you desire to be. Giving yourself a new version of what it means to belong here. And this is something that may have caused confusion within your psyche before, because you were still tapped into an old form of thinking, not equipped with the knowledge, the skill set, and the degree of challenges that has given you the knowledge and ability and confidence that you have now. So there's no longer any confusion about who you are and where you belong. And if you're struggling with that, it's because you haven't properly heard the message, so that you can detach yourself from this lower thinking surrounding fitting in and surrounding having friends or having an idea or the American dream to satisfy your hunger anymore, because your appetite is now different. There's a new feast for you. There's a new version of food for you now. And what I find very interesting in your spread is that the firestone, or what we call the spirit guide stone, is placed in the earth. But the earth stone is placed in the fire, which is indicative of the spirit world. It's as if you feel at home in the other side. You know exactly what fuels you. And the uniqueness of this is the fact that they're initiating. Your spirit guides or your spirit team are initiating this change within you to let you know that there's a level of wisdom and sophistication that you have. And it is meant for the planet that you live on, so that you can display to the very people of your world the visibility of the very energy of the other side. They're relying on you to show the world what your spirit team is made of. And this is something you must become very clear about. Not sitting in the state of just spiritualness and the consciousness and the intellectual part of it. It has to make sense. And in order for it to be in the fulfillment of the energy that the vibration that you're carrying is on, it has to be seated in the planet that you're in the paradigm that you're in, so it can reflect to you the benefit and the power of your spiritualness. Period. I hope that made sense. Oh my goodness. Thank you. That was a very powerful download. I hope you all listening could receive those messages. Very powerful. And if at any point this message has resonated with you, please be sure to like, please be sure to subscribe or comment below to let me know how this message is showing up in your world. And with that being said, at this particular time, I will shift the energy. And I would like to see what other messages that the higher energy has in store for the collective. What other messages the higher energy would like for me to share with the collective? I think it might. Okay, there it is. Give me 1 second. There it is. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Here go 1 and 2. The cards that came out were out of place, spiritual resources, and location. You may feel as if you're not in the proper position. But what I'm downloading and gathering is that you are exactly where you need to be. You're in the right location. You don't have to search and find and try to get yourself into a new energy to make yourself feel better. To feel as if you're doing something with the very powerful energy that you're vibrating on or have cultivated for yourself. Location isn't an issue for you right now. It has more to do with you tapping in to the spiritual resources that are available to you. Whenever you feel like you're out of place, whenever you feel as if you're disassociated from the people and places around you, what I'm hearing them say is that you just need to be powered up. You just need a boost. And a part of this boost is you having the proper resources and things that are available to you. You have a lot of goods. And if you just tap in on your spirit team, if you tap into the elements, the mountains, the water, the earth, nature, that are at your disposal, you will no longer feel out of place. Because a part of this out of place has to do with you relying solely on human interconnection to fuel your spirit or to fuel you up at 100%. And you being a spiritual being and you being the type of person that you are, it will never reach 100% with community alone. As a healer, you have to rely on something much more powerful, something much more aligned with the vibrations that are big enough and powerful enough to fuel you in a way that taps into that spiritual side of yourself that most people in your circle don't quite get. It doesn't work that way. Sometimes certain recipes are good for certain weather, the weather outside. For instance, chili, potatoes, soup is good for the winter. Food that can be put on the grill is good for the spring and summer. Not that other foods aren't digestible during that time, but it's about the compatibility. And what I'm gathering is that you're relying on spring food for the winter, and it's just not filling you up in the right way because the winter weather is really pulling a lot out of you. Through the lack of sunlight, through the lack of warmth, the vitamin D, the vitamin E, you're not getting. And I'm using this to say that your friendships are working the same way. And it doesn't mean they're not good friends or that you don't have a good community because they're not able to fill your body up at the level that your spirit is yearning for this particular season. What I'm saying to you is that lean on something else. If you're still feeling out of place, that is just as viable, if not more, to fill your spirit up in the way that it thirsts for, in the way that it hungers for. You being a spiritual person, place you on this planet around other elements, aligning you with the cosmos, aligning you with the very frequencies that this planet is on. And if you tap into those resources, when you are feeling what you're feeling, you will feel more at ease and at peace. And then your friend group could be your friend group, your community could be the community, your parents could be your parents. You belong in this planet. You belong in relationship with the elements. And as long as you keep this message or keep this knowledge in your encyclopedia or your notebook, it will never fail you. Period. Whew, very powerful message, guys. I received very profound downloads today. Thank you all for contributing your energy, whether you liked, whether you commented during the session or commented your stories. You guys are going through some very profound changes, and even if you are sharing that the message resonates with you, thank you for contributing your energy towards the healing circle. And with that being said, I will close out tonight's healing circle and see you all at the next.